What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Robert Stelmachuk, and you're going to get an episode of Wine Talk today. And yes, I'm here today in defense of wine. And honestly, because I care about you. I need to lay out some truths that you should know about organic wines and sulfites, okay? Sometime in the last 10 or 15 years, people jumped on this train of taking a distaste, a dislike, and certainly a discourse to the truth about sulfites in wine. I think it has to do with something that I've always called the power of they. They say this and they say that. Well, I'm here to tell you, they don't know shit. I beg you, if you care about this topic, if you are passionate about anything really, get your information from qualified sources, okay? And in a case like this, a qualified source will be a government agency, certainly a governing body over wine, or a health board. Not, oh, my friend's into wine and they told me this. No, stop talking to your friend. Over the years, I continually get a question from guests saying that they want organic wines. A question I love to hear, but I always have a professional and a personal curiosity to know, why are they seeking organic wines? And I'm alarmed at how many times guests will say, it's because I don't want sulfites in my wine. No. Or worse, my lord, it's even worse if they say, I have an allergy to sulfites. No, wow. It makes my head want to explode, and I'll lay out for you why here in a few minutes. To help, there are basically two reasons for you to want organic wines. One, you care about what you put in your body, and two, you care about the environment. That's it. Full stop. If you want organic wines for those reasons, giddy up. And to help illustrate this point, I'm going to lay it out three different ways for you, okay? One, organic wines do have sulfites. First, it's a natural byproduct of fermentation. Mother Nature puts it in there by her hand, all on her own. And two, it's important for a stabilizer and a cleansing agent in a winery. And if you want the wine to be in great condition by the time it gets to your mouth, you're going to want a little bit of sulfur dioxide in there, okay? Just a little bit. Two, you should also know that there are two categories for organic wines. There is organic wine, and then there is also made with organic grapes. And those two are very different categories. Keep in mind, very small degree, but both of those can actually have non-organic things added to them or used in their production. The big thing from organic wines is that they don't use any synthetic chemicals. And that is, of course, important, okay? And three, the big one, I promise that you consume more sulfur dioxide in your day-to-day life through other products than you ever will in wine. So please stop beating up on wine and sulfur, okay? And I'm going to get to that in a minute. At some point right now, probably somebody is saying, oh, but I'm allergic to sulfites. Oh, okay. No, that's a more dangerous road to go down. First, there's no test to determine if you're actually allergic to sulfites. There is a test to determine if you have a slight sensitivity to it. But also when guests say that they're allergic to sulfites and I ask them, how does it manifest itself? They always say the same thing. I get headaches from drinking wine. Okay, let's break that down. How do allergies manifest themselves? 99% of allergies happen in three different ways. One, skin irritations, you get hives or a rash. Two, you get an upset tummy, which I'm not going to talk about. Or three, asthmatic. You have a trouble breathing, or God forbid you stop breathing. Horrible things. I have no doubt that you can still get a headache from drinking wine, but it's not from the sulfites, okay? Getting headaches in wine comes more from the tannin in wine. Say nothing of the fact that if you were hydrated that day or not, or what you ate, there's a number of factors that go into where those headaches come from, but more likely than not, headaches are coming from tannins. Now, they transmit something called neurotransmitter serotonins. Those restrict blood cells. Those can cause headaches. I'll give you that. That's more technically to do with the histamine, tyramine, tetramine, and anamine family, but let's not get all the way down that road. And I'm also not talking about that red flush that people get. That has more to do related to actual alcohol itself. And that's from people who have a poorly activated enzyme called aldehyde dehydrogenase 2. But that's another topic. So if we break down the category of organic wines, okay, I will say this, by law, and we looked at the FDA for this, Organic wines can have a maximum of 10 parts per million of sulfite. Now that's very low. Made with organic grapes can have a maximum of 100 parts per million. Okay? And that's also very low. But now let's just take regular Joe bottle for the rest of this talk. Regular bottle of wine will have to a maximum on average of around 350 parts per million of sulfites. Okay? Sounds alarming, doesn't it? Well, let me put that to you in perspective. In your daily life, do you consume any of these things that I'm about to mention to you? And certainly, any combination of the things that I'm going to mention to you, okay? So there is sulfur dioxide in condiments, jams, soy sauce, anything pickled, tofu, canned fruit, canned vegetables, medication, eye drops, coconut, cereal, baked pastries, salad dressings, noodles, fruit juices, seafoods, dried fruits. I could literally spend another hour finishing this list. Point is, it's in everyday life. And in most cases, it's actually more than that 350 parts per million that is in an average bottle of wine that isn't organic. Okay? As an example, I'm sure everyone in the healthy, beautiful life that we all live eats a trail mix. It's a great example. Dried fruit, okay, like a dried apricot or something, contains between 500 and 2,000 parts per million of sulfur dioxide. So, if you eat your trail mix and you get a headache, I definitely think that there's some kind of a problem there. But you're literally 1 in a million, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. If a regular bottle has 350, half the things on that list, in a proportion that you would eat, have more sulfur dioxide than that wine does. Shocking, I know. There's a lot to these topics. We can get into biodynamics, which is like the highest form of organic farming. We can get into sustainability, something that I'm extremely passionate about as well. In fact, if you want to hear more or you want a wine talk on either of those two topics, put a comment below and I'm happy to get that to you. Basically, I want you to take a few things away from this. 1, know the difference between a sensitivity and an allergy. 2, know that you consume more sulfur dioxide in a regular life than you ever will from wine. And 3, make sure that whatever you're getting your information from, that you're getting qualified sources for it, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. I'm hoping that this is going to spark some controversy and I'm going to get a lot of feedback on this, but please tell me what you think. Tell me if I said anything that shocked you or that you didn't know, and tell me if maybe you have a different perspective on how to look at wine now. I'm Robert Stelmachuk. Thanks for watching.